Hey guys, Garrett back for Sableye the Mind Sculptor with another game with our mono green pauper deck. As you may be able to tell, I do have a new mic. Hopefully it works better than the old one. Looks like I'm going to be on the play. This is keepable, I guess. I do have the turn 4, Tangleroot Golem, so I think I'll keep it on that alone. Okay, so I guess I can play my Arbor Elf or my Voyaging Satyr here. Doesn't really matter. The Elf is maybe a little bit better just because I could draw a Elvish Guidance next turn, but it's really not a big deal. Yeah, actually, even in that situation, it's not a big deal. Insolent Neonate. No clue what our opponent's on, none at all. So, I guess I can just play my... Oh, I should have played the Voyaging Satyr. Punished. Punished for overthinking. Fearsome Path. And because I already have a Devastator, I don't feel too conflicted about going and getting a Tangle Golem. Send our opponent back the turn. And we have up Vines if we need it. Not that I think we will. Hopefully we can draw an Overgrowth soon, because that was one of the reasons I kept his hand, because it looked like I could get a turn 4 Eldrazi Devastator, or perhaps a turn 3 if I drew very well. Opponent is going to bolt our elf, and I'm just going to untap a forest, then Vines of Vastwood my elf, and if he has another bolt he could finish me off if he wanted to, but I don't think that's his number one priority right now. The amount of time he's taking shows that he either doesn't understand the play or is going to use another bolt. Okay, so he just lets it go, and my elf gets to live another day. That's very nice for me. Going to get in with the Neonate. That's fine. I was going to let him in anyway. I don't want to trade off my Arbor Elf for an Insolent Neonate, no matter how much he fuels Dredge. And I find a Wirewood Herald, which I will trade off for Neonate if given the opportunity. Let's see. I need at least 3 mana to pay for my Golem, so let's just play my Golem. And then I can play my Voyaging Satyr so that the Neonate can't get in, and that'll be perfect. Going to sack the Neonate to get a Fiery Temper. I assume he is now going to kill my elf when I can't respond. Yeah, fair enough. I only had 1 Vines anyway. Gonna get himself a card. I untap my forest. And I think I'm gonna just lead on Satyr for now. Send our opponent back the turn. Very possibly he just gets run over by the Tangle Golem if he doesn't find some sort of answer to it. Kind of weird that he would have blown up his Insolent Neonate plus Fiery Temper if he could have blocked the Tangle Golem or attacked into the Tangle Golem and then shot off the Fiery Temper at it. But he must have rated the Arbor Elf higher than I do currently, as far as threats. We're only at 5 mana right now, so we could be doing better as far as that's concerned. We'd only have access to 6 if we just drew the Overgrowth next turn, so we still don't have the Eldrazi Devastator until at least turn 6. Opponent Lightning Axe discarded a Blood Mad Vampire. Looking like standard out here. Going to get rid of my Tangle Golem. And for some reason he decided to do all of this during his main phase. But, whatever. So we draw a Wirewood Herald, not a Wirewood Herald, we draw an Arbor Elf. I'm going to play my Wirewood Herald and the aforementioned Arbor Elf. Brings me up to 6 mana. So if we do draw the Overgrowth anytime, Eldrazi Devastator is going to be online. I doubt that he tries to swing in on me right now. I don't see any point. I'm just going to throw a Wirewood Herald in front of it and ramp again. Right now I have access to enough mana for anything that does not have the creature type Eldrazi in my deck, so whatever I get is going to get played. Okay. Wild Mongrel for our opponent. That makes sense with what we've seen so far. 4 cards in hand somehow. A lot of possible pump there. I wouldn't swing in with the Blood Mad Vampire if I was the opponent right now. Just a free chance for me to throw Wirewood Herald under the truck. Looks like he's going to go for it, though. Which I guess I will respond to the way that I said I would. Does he have some sort of weird pump spell? With Madness, maybe? Just bolts my Voyaging Satyr, okay. I guess that makes sense because you did just give me another Arbor Elf for no reason. Let's take the Fierce Empath, actually, though. And I draw an Ulamog's Crusher. So I'm going to play out my Fierce Empath. Go and get a Tanglewood Golem. Or a Tangle Golem. Huh. Send our opponent back the turn. Then next turn I'm going to have a Tangle Golem online to start blocking the Wild Mongrel with. For now I'm actually pretty happy to just throw the Fierce Empath in front of it though, rather than absorb all that damage. I don't know. Guess I take the hit for now when he only has 4 cards in hand. He has a lot of burn though, I don't want to get in burn range. It's a conundrum. However, if I get to Eldrazi Devastator or especially Ulamog's Crusher, I should just win. Pulse of Murasa should be good against this deck as well. And no, I think that's it. That's all I get to bring in. Pulse of Murasa. We have life. Insolent Neonate. Okay. And he just played that directly. Attacks with the Mongrel. I think I take it. I think that's the right choice. He can't do too much to me this turn. Yeah, Madness is Fiery Temper. Going to shoot down my Arbor Elf, I assume. Yep. And gets in for 3, bringing me to 16. And I draw another Devastator. I've gotten most of my top end in my hand right now, so that's unfortunate. If I just draw a couple of ramp spells, a couple of the ramp enchantments, though, I will get to cast them, and I will be singing a different tune. Because having the extras is very nice in a situation where my opponent might be able to burn 1 down, but could not ever beat 2. Opponent Lightning Axes my Tangle Golem. Discarding a mountain. Think I just let this in for now. Doesn't discard anything. And I get a Wirewood Herald. Great, I can get another Fierce Empath for Tangle Golem if he swings in. Swings in anyway, completely undeterred. Perhaps he has another Lightning Axe. Yep. Get a Fierce Empath. It's a lot slower without my ramp, but the Fierce Empath strat does work over time. Oh, and now that I'm up to 5 lands, I can actually play the Fierce Empath and the Golem in the same turn. Yep. I gotta be careful. I only have one Golem left in the deck after this one. But if he doesn't have another Lightning Axe, I don't think he can burn it out easily. He can't get out of range of it by discarding either, so I can block and kill the Wild Mongrel next turn if he doesn't have a bump spell. No attacks, so I will take that to mean no pump spell. And I'm actually very happy to be drawing lands right now, because the second I get up to 8, the game is basically over. Also, if he... Okay, so he's going to Madness a Blood Mad Vampire out. Blood Mad Vampire matches up very poorly against my deck. So I can still block and kill the Wild Mongrel, and I can also just throw Fierce Empaths in front of the Blood Mad Vampire. All I need to do is survive long enough that I can start playing my fatties, and I should be good. Okay, so hopefully I draw land next turn, and I can play this Ulamog's Crusher, and my opponent with 6 permanents should just scoop to that. He is up to 4 cards in hand, so Wild Mongrel can become a 6/6, which is big enough to kill a Tangle Golem. Plays a Mountain, which... okay. Unless you have a 4-drop, I wouldn't have done that, but that's why you're you and I'm me, I guess. And it looks like he's going to use it all. Probably 2 burn spells to take out the Tangle Golem. No, Hootie. Okay. I see you. I guess that makes some sense. He's probably not going to attack here. Might attack with Wild Mongrel on the logic that if he trades the Mongrel, he can win with the Mandrills, but I don't know. And I draw another Wirewood Herald, which is fine because it can get me more things to ramp. Yeah. I could just chain Wirewood Heralds too. That's a perfectly legitimate strategy. How many do I have left in my deck? 1. And 1 Fierce Empath. I'm not used to having so many tutors that I run out of the card that I'm tutoring for. Oh man, this is game 1. I've used 5 minutes, and he's used 13 minutes, 12 minutes, sorry. He has 13 minutes, he's used 12 minutes, and I've used 5 minutes. This is something that does frustrate me about MTGO basically every time I play. Let's be safe. I'm not gonna get baited. Not when I'm so close to winning. Well, I should have used my Wirewood Herald, but still. Okay, well, yeah, super punished. Should have used my Wirewood Herald. Definitely not trying to get baited here, though, into wasting my Tangle Golem, when I can easily kill the Hooting Mandrills with it. Or the, no, kill the Hooting Mandrills. That's kind of my directive right now. Does he have another Mongrel? A Tormenting Voice, Madnessing a Fiery Temper. Well, if he has a Bolt, I might be in trouble. Okay, targets me, so can't burn out my Tangle Golem just yet, which is huge. I assume no attacks. Okay, come on, land. Okay, Vines is actually pretty good in this situation. Send our opponent back the turn. I mean, for a non-land. If our next card could be a land, though, that would be optimal. But Vines definitely helps because Tangle Golem being able to eat Wild Mongrel and not die is pretty huge. He can get it up to a 6/6, but he would need to be able to kill something with 8 power and hexproof. so that's not very likely. Going to Faithless Looting. Something's got to come out with Madness. Ooh, double Rootwalla? Okay. That's something. Definitely counts. That worked out pretty well for our opponent. And another Wild Mongrel. Attacks with Hootie. And I think I can handle 3 damage. Let me get my Arbor Elf, though. Yeah, let's get an Arbor Elf. Maybe that should have been a Fierce Empath for another Tangle Golem. But, oh, okay. Let's tap all the mana and play the Crusher. What's opponent? Opponent is reading the cards. Send him back the turn. I assume they're going to go on the big swing next turn because I'm pretty low on health and they have a much bigger board state than me, if not stronger, they have a bigger board state. And I can easily see myself getting burned out from this situation. I definitely have to block everything that's attacking if he does go on the attack. What? I block Hootie and both the Mongrels and the Blood Mad. Rootwallas represents 6. Plus Neonate represents 1. That's 7. Drops me to 1. Any burn spell kills me. But he doesn't have it. And that means that I get to continue putting this game out of reach. Get rid of some permanents. Well, this will make it more awkward when he tries to pump his Rootwallas. So if he plays anything, he can't pump both of his Rootwallas, which is actually pretty big. Another thing that are... Oh, going to chump too. Okay. Oh, more than chump. Throw everything he has in the way of it to kill it, maybe? Yeah, looks like he's committing. I guess I'll put the Mongrel at the front of the order because I want it to die the most. Pumps the Rootwalla. Sure. Pumps the Rootwalla. Yep. 2, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, he could have discarded a card to save it. But I guess he decided not to. And I'll just play my Arbor Elf and send our opponent back the turn. I think I have this game now. If he attacks, I just block with everything that I have. Don't let any damage through because I'm very close to burning out, but I should have this game. And then looking at how much time our opponents used, I can't see them making it to game 3, so I should just win the match because of how much time they've wasted, basically. They could have won, too. They had a bigger board last turn. They could have just swung in and killed me. Got too afraid of the Eldrazi, I guess. Our opponent is like Nissa. Too scared of Eldrazi. Tangle Golem for free. Let's just swing in with the Crusher. Not much option about that. Is he going to sack more lands? Okay, sacks a forest and one of his mutts. Fine. Going to block the 8 damage, maybe? Or just accept it. Okay, throws Hootie in the way. Not the Insolent Neonate? Oh, is he going to try to kill it? This could be a blowout. Oh, please. Please throw more things in the way of this. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Let's put the Mongrel at the front. only has 7 damage as of now, too, so I assume he discards his last card. An Arrogant Worm. How does Arrogant Worm work? Let me... Does he have enough mana for it, I guess, is my question. Yeah, he definitely could have killed me earlier, too. Like, a few turns ago, he could have easily won the game. Okay, just a 4/4 for 3, basically. Okay, and I'm just going to Vines of Vastwood with Kicker to save my Ulamog's Crusher and eat up half of his board. He's going to be on 6 permanents. Yeah, he recognizes that that's the end of the game. And honestly, even if he wins the next game, I don't see him making it to a game 3. Yep, there's the concession. He realized it as well. So, GG opponent, that should teach you to maybe not waste so much of my time. Sorry for being so salty about that. It's just something that ticks me off. So I hope you enjoyed this game, taking down Green Red Madness. Until next time, peace out.